So here we're dealing with a Venn diagram type of problem. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna name the different event. Let's say that 28% watch gymnastic. So we're gonna use the first letter, gymnastic. So let G represent the set of those who have watched gymnastic. So let me call it G, gymnastic, and then B, baseball, just B, baseball, and S, soccer. So they say that 28% watch gymnastics, so probability of watching gymnastics is 28%, and 29% watch baseball, so probability of watching baseball, probability of B is 29, and then the probability of watching soccer is 19, and watching, so 14% watch gymnastic and baseball. In other words, so probability of watching gymnastic G and baseball is 14, and 12% watch baseball and soccer, so probability of watching baseball and soccer is equal to 12. 10% watch gymnastic and soccer, probability of watching gymnastic and soccer is equal to 10. And finally, watching all the three sports, probability of watching gymnastic and soccer and baseball is equal to 8%. So they say calculate the percentage of the group that watch none of the three sports. So probability of watching none of the three sports, so probability of watching none of not gymnastic and not soccer and not baseball. So you can rewrite this whenever you have an expression like that. You can rewrite it as it's in terms of its complement. So in other words, since we are dealing with percentage, it's going to be 100 minus probability of having gymnastic union soccer union baseball. So we're doing 100 minus the probability of having the percentage, I would say, of having those three different events. So that's what we need. So we're gonna do a Venn diagram. So the diagram, I'll draw a box, and since we have three major events, G, B, and S, I would draw three circles. I have G here, I have B here, I have S that represent gymnastics, baseball, and soccer. So the trick here is to start with the last event. As you can see, everything goes down this way. So you start with the last event. Let's say percentage of all the three. So you start here, and then you escalate. So 8% watch all the three sports. So I wrote it here, 8. So 8% watch all the three. So 8 watch all the three. So all the three, G, B, and S, that intercept in this small area. So 8% watch this. And then they say G and S, probability of having G and S. So the event just above is 10%. So G and S, G, this is G, this is S. Where do they intercept? They intercept in this small area, in this small portion. And they say the total of that is supposed to be 10. So we already have 8 here. How much do we need in here in order to get 10? So we already have 8. We have an unknown here, and that unknown is 2. So 8 plus 2 is equal to the 10 that is here. So there's a probability of having B and S. Baseball and soccer, B and S, is supposed to be 12. We already have 8 in here. So 8, since we have 8, we need 4 to get 12 in total. So that probability of B and S will be equal to 12. Next, probability of G and B. G and B is supposed to be equal to 14. So how much do we need in here? We need 6. Next is the probability of S. S is the probability of having of soccer. Soccer is 19, so we have 8 here plus 2, which is 10, and we have 4 here, which in total is going to be 14. So how much do we need in here in order to have 19 in total? So we need 5 in here. So 8 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 19. Next, we need to find the probability of the proportion of G in here. Let's say it's 28. So 28 is actually 6 plus 8 plus 2 plus something. So what is that thing? That thing is actually 12. And finally, let's say probability of B is 29. So we know that 6 plus 8 plus 4 is so we have this sum in here. So how much do we need in here in order to have 29? We need 11. So 11 plus 6 plus 8 plus 4 is equal to 29. So now we have all those probabilities, and they're asking us to find not G, B, and S. So actually they're asking for the area in here. So how do we find that? Based on this formula, we already know that the 12 plus 6 plus 11 plus 8 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 is actually the probability of the union of the three set, meaning that it represents watching all of them, watching all the three sports. So it's going to be equal to 100 minus 12 plus 6 plus 11 plus 8 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5, and that is equal to 48. So 100 minus 48 is actually 52, and that is our final answer. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the second way of doing it, the general addition rule for the probability.